We was powers on this earth once, and we was all about the mirth once. Idol worship, murder like the first of the month. Hit a nigga with the bit like he need a light. That's what you do when you on fourth, or else you got a punt. But we ain't needed when we cry for Egypt flesh, nah. So it's Egypt that we got, and we hella mad. These crackers soaring off our shoulders like some helipads. They see our sweat, but they don't feel us like we holograms. I'll be damned, another black man shot again. They deflect and tell us we are on.
Smith was on the Craze podcast, and I've seen a little bit of back and forth about this discussion. Some negative. Well, I think the negativity is what normally rises to the top when it comes to social media. So most of the back and forth that I've seen about this conversation has been negative. I haven't actually had a chance to watch it for myself. So I want to watch a portion of it with all of you, and kind of give you my reaction to it in real time, because I haven't actually seen any of it yet. But anywho, I think it's cool that they're having this discussion. I think it's cool that they're having this conversation. The title of it is Inside the Mind, or Inside the Spiritual Mind of Will Smith. So I already like that framework. So let's see what this is. I kind of skipped a little bit to what was marked in the video as like the more spiritual section of their conversation. So we'll start here, and let's have a conversation. That sounded weird, but you know what I mean. Let's watch it, and then let's have a conversation.
It's how your eyes get deep when you look at somebody and they're in theirs. Right? People can tell you get it because you've been vomiting on your bathroom floor. So you know what that's like. It's unfortunately or fortunately, it's like broken hearts are how we cultivate loving hearts.
Yeah.
And
say that again.
That's it. Broken hearts are how we cultivate loving hearts. From being doubled over, you get a deep understanding of the human predicament. You know what it's like to be crippled with fear or pain. And through your path of recovering from that is how you reach back for others.
Yeah.
If you've never been there, you can't help nobody.
Wow, that's really good. I'm curious because there's a sage in Will. Will Smith has there's a lot of
sage and some basil, little cinnamon. I'm all of it, man.
That's sus as fuck. Shalom, family. My son is Thumb. Shalom. This is going to be a quick one. In these last days, this is going to become more of a bandwagon. You either going to be on the aspect of it where you're attacking Israelites, or you are simply appropriating some of the doctrine. People won't just be latching onto the Bible in general in these last days. And I think with that, we all going to have to question, is this individual on our side? Because they sure are talking a good game. And, the people that this often happen with the most are the rich and famous. We look at them and we want to believe that they got a message for everybody that's worth it. It's going to be up for you to kind of look at this and see if it's worth the salt. I'm going to say for sure, it sounds to me like Will's going to be on some pseudo shit. But we just going to come through it. Shalom, brother Josh. Shalom. We're going to let this play just a little bit.
But I think that's the interesting part, though, is because, and I'm curious, have you had to learn how to weave in that? The reason why I say that is this. When I'm listening to your project, you have a narrator, a reverend.
The reverend, well, no.
Right, which we'll dive into that later down the road. But I thought it was interesting that you didn't just sit there and just give sage wisdom. You kind of, it was mixed in with some comedy. But it was profound, but it was done in a way that was like accessible. What is that something that you do constantly? Is there a reason behind that?
I think The album is called Based on a True Story, and this is season 1. So I'm doing it because it's based on a true story. I'm not calling it, volumes. So this is season 1.
Okay.
And my hope is I've released 3 seasons this year.
Okay.
So this is season 1.
Okay, it's a lot of seasoning going on.
It's a lot of seasoning, So I'm calling the songs episodes.
Okay.
Right. So season 1 is Rave in the Wasteland.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it's what we were talking about learning how to be with difficult times. So this is the first songs that I wrote in like my most difficult times.
Yep.
Here go the pseudo shit.
So a long way to get to the question, right? That you can listen to it in 2 ways. I hope that it's just enjoyable. I wanted the beats to be banging.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted it to just be fun and enjoyable. But it also represents my journey of the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
And every song is an idea or a concept or something that that I explored or something that I learned or something that got downloaded,
Mm-hmm.
In the song you were talking about, the title song, The Rave in the Wasteland, we going to church tonight, we going to work tonight, we making it burn tonight. Oh, you gonna learn tonight.
Mm-hmm.
We in the heart of the revelation. This is the elevation. 144,000. We have been chosen to lead the awakening.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So,
Oh my God. So, he said we 144,000 chosen to lead the awakening. So, that said, I guess the brother's in the truth. I guess the brother is, aware of the gospel. I guess the brother is, coming to Jesus Christ, right? No, it's just more appropriation of our culture. We got one religion doing it, you got another religion doing it. And that's that. It's shit that sounds good. And a lot of the language that you'll find him using through this interview and even in some of his music, and I checked out a couple tracks on the album. He's doing a lot of the new age stuff. That term he just used, some stuff that got downloaded. He's implying that somebody super or something supernatural just put it into his head. It's a phrase that goes on in certain new age circles. So I want you guys to look out for that. It's a struggle with the ego when people get talking like that. It's borderline like what do you call that? Schizo type shit. But what he's implying is that this album is going to be a palette full of information that he's picked up in this journey that he's on, and that's pretty much what any musical project is going to be. Any compilation is going to be a compilation of ideas that you've picked up along the way. But what I find concerning is just the areas that he's picked it up and how he's mixed it together. He's accredited learning under the teachings of the Moors as well, I believe. Shalom, Young Simba, Shalom, Black Storm Ministries, My Father's Work, Shalom, Lily, Shalom. He accredits the teachings of the Moors to some of his wisdom that he's teaching. He talks about coming to the Lord, but he also talks about how his religion is love. So I want brothers and sisters to be on the lookout when, people say things like these and they cause you to want to let your guard down. You got to be very careful. And Joseph Israel, who knows, Will Smith could repent. The Most High's ways are above ours. But what we're talking about is that he's not making truth music. He's making confusion music. And so we're going to look at a couple of things. I actually have the clip of the song, but I got another one of his that he got with Big Sean as well. We're going to put the first one in question in the chat. Because who's the 144,000? Right. That's the question. When it comes to these scriptures, who are the 144,000? Is it everybody? Is it the Israelites? Is it just the dark-skinned Israelites? Your answer is probably going to be that it's the Israelites. 144,000 of the men scattered through the four corners of the earth who just happen to be Israelites. But, Will's on some stuff where it's about everybody embracing everybody, and everybody's looking at one God from all angles. And the issue is that right now there's a big push to bring this type of religion back into view. superseding the likes of Christianity. And that's a big deal. So let me see, where's this little clip? Play this real quick. Oh, it's playing with me. Hold on. Present video file.
We going to church tonight. We showing the work tonight. We making it burn tonight. Oh, you gonna learn tonight. We in the heart of the revelation. This is the elevation. 144,000. We have been chosen to lead the awakening. Come to
Who's the 144,000? Who's the 144,000? So he does say we are the 144,000 chosen to lead the awakening, but what awakening? Right? Because it ain't just about this song. It ain't just about this bar right here. Let me show you another one. We're gonna let this one play and we're gonna kind of critique it. This video might get taken down. So
me will blame every of yo. What's your life goal? Learning as I grow up, gotta get it. It's the beautiful.
he said, I believe in me like it's my religion. And one of the other verses he talks about his willpower, and his will is all about manifesting.
is in the verse. I manifest through my mentality. The only real is my reality. I read this.
I manifest through my mentality. The only real is my reality. It rhymes, it sounds fancy, but when you get to talking about the 144,000, we know that the 144,000 are chosen. 144,000 are just going to be a bunch of niggas manifesting shit through their mentality, or are we going to make certain things manifest through the spirit and power of Yahweh? That's the question. Is it us? Is it he that willeth? Is it he that runneth? No pun intended. Is it he that willeth or he that runneth? Or is it the Most High that gives the increase?
Filled with the broken pieces that are shattered on the floor. I am healed by the deepest teachings that were given by the Moors.
You know what I'm saying? You see that he is healed by the teachings that were given by the Moors. The Moors was all over the place. When you deal with Moorish society, there's just a lot of Islamic Moors. I've seen so-called Hebrew Israelite Moors in the modern day. What are you talking about? And what it seems like is the brothers dealing with a lot of pseudoisms. So I wanted y'all to hear it from me first, before you hear the song spin and they get hyped up like Will Smith was rapping about the truth. Now, please understand that, he is his religion out of his own mouth. Let's hear the rest of it. You were the principle. So, he's talking about this oneness with the universe thing. And the New Age thing is that, the 144,000, what Jesus Christ was really talking about is these light workers that are going to come and, they're all going to be super positive and it's going to be about love, love, love. What it said Will Smith's religion is. And, that's the nonsense that's going on these days. So don't get caught up in that. Please understand that, when you deal with these 144,000, he said, Joseph Israel said he has that vague, lukewarm, truthish type music that could appeal to both sides, but not Israelite music. I get you. Yeah, for sure. It's got some appeal to it because he mixes a little bit of wisdom in there because he takes it from the wise. But a wise man isn't a man that just knows a bunch of shit. It's about the application. Does he know when and where to apply it? Even context matters, but you can't just sprinkle this shit here and there where you feel like it. All these things have a place where they belong, and so does the talk about 144,000. You deal with the 144,000, it ain't just people thinking love, love, love. It's not just everybody all over the whole world. It is people out that tribe of Reuben, people out that tribe of Gad, people about that tribe of Naphtali, Manasseh, out of Simeon, Levi, Issachar, so on and so on. Right. And then it says, after this, I beheld and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all the nations and kindreds and people and tongues, that stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed in white robes and palms in their hands. We want to figure out who these people are. Well, we're told, it says, and I said unto him, Sir, thou knowest. And he said unto me, These are they which came out of great tribulation, and have washed their robes and made them white with the blood of the Lamb. Well, who the Lamb come and cleanse? He certainly didn't come cleanse the whole world. That's Christianity, right? He certainly didn't just come to teach love, love, love. That shouldn't even be Christianity, but it is, because he lets you know he came to bring division. So this book is very much a book of division, and there ought not be any man that comes and tries to teach this grand scheme of, unity for the whole world based on love, love, love. It got to be based on the love of the Most High, and then from there, from that foundation, everybody can move forward. But certain things got to just get put back in order first. Ain't no light workers, ain't nobody coming out of these other nations manifesting a kingdom that is within themselves, where they are the principle and they are the power. The nigga literally just said, you are the Most High, you are the power, you are the Elohim, or the El. So, I think I'm gonna call it done, man. I appreciate you, brothers and sisters, for dropping in real quick. Again, this wasn't gonna be a long rant. Just be on the lookout. When brothers and sisters is talking about what Will Smith said, be quick to let them know that nigga bugging out. You can go reference these songs yourself. One of them is called Rave in the Wasteland. And the other one, what's that thing called? One's called Rave in the Wasteland. And the other one with Big Sean is called Beautiful Scars. So you can listen to those. You can hear all the manifesting and all the BS your heart's content. Get versed with it so that you can educate your brothers and sisters properly and let them know that in no way, shape, form does what this brother's talking about correlate with the truth. I think in the song Rave in the Wasteland, he said, we all a bunch of sinners reaching for the Holy Ghost. And then he goes on to explain that this lyric means that everybody from all over the world, we're reaching for the same God. Well, even if that's so, there can't be more than one right way to him if most of these ways contradict in some fashion. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that the brother is muddying the waters. We won't speak on his intention. Is his intention to muddy the waters? I can't say. And I won't say. I'm not here to make any accusations. But what I am here to do is call a spade, and some bugged out shit bugged out. Anyways. Yeah, man. That being said, man, I just got home from work. Just wanted to touch down with y'all real quick. We'll be back live and direct Saturday, Lord willing, and we'll see what we get into then. Christians, feel free to hit me up if you want some smoke on that night. I don't have a problem roasting one of y'all, all for the sake of edification, of course. That being said, family, shalom.
We was powers on this earth once, and we was all about the mirth once. Idol worship, murder, like the first of the month. Hit a nigga with the bick like he need a light. That's what you do when you on fourth, or else you got a punt. But we ain't needed when we cry for Egypt flesh, nah. So it's Egypt that we got, and we hella mad. These crackers soaring off our shoulders like some helipads. They see our sweat, but they don't feel us like we holograms. I'll be damned, another black man shot again. They deflect and tell us we are on.